Next one is biomonitoring. What is biomonitoring? The act of observing and assessing the current state and ongoing changes in ecosystem. Yes, biomonitoring refers to, with the help of the living organism, we want to monitoring, that is observing and assessing the current status, that is a current state and ongoing changes in our ecosystem. Biodiversity components landscape including natural habitats, population and species, and An agricultural drone is an unmanned aerial vehicle applied to farming in order to help increase crop protection and monitor crop growth. Yes, a biomonitoring with the help of drone, an agricultural drone, unmanned aerial vehicle applied to farming in order to help to increase crop production and monitoring crop growth. Agricultural drone let farmers see their field from their sky. This bird's eye view can reveal many issues such as irrigation. Yes, how the drone can be used in our agricultural mean it can be able to used for, we can watch or we can observe irrigation problems, soil variations, pest and fungal infections, and some other problems that can be able to monitoring. It is also used for cost effective but it in a safe method of spraying pesticides and fertilizers, which proves very easy and non harmful. Yes, it is an agricultural drone, that can be able to used in our agricultural field. Then next one is called it as biodiversity impact assessment, BIA. The BIA means decision supporting tool to help biodiversity inclusive of development, planning and implementation. Yes, the biodiversity impact assessment is nothing but it can be look like a one tool, that tool that can be able to used for development, planning and implementation for our biodiversity. Then its aim, what is the aim for BIA means? Ensuring developmental proposal which integrate biodiversity consideration. Yes, we want to improve, we want to develop our biodiversity. Then they are legally compliant and include mechanism for the conservation of biodiversity resources and provide fair and equitability sharing of benefits arising for use of biodiversity. Yes, of course, that biodiversity impact assessment legally compliant and include mechanism for the conservation of biodiversity resources. Yes, we want to conserve the biodiversity in a legal manner. After it can be provide some other benefits for the arising of the biodiversity, arising the use of biodiversity. Then biodiversity impacts can be assessed by change in land use and cover. Yes, we want to change the land and cover area, fragmentation and isolation. Then extraction, we want to extract something, external inputs such as emission, for example carbon emission, sulfur emission, like that, effluents, waste, chemical effluents, chemicals that can be able to reduced. Introduction of invasive alien or genetically modified species. Then impact on endemic and threatened flora and fauna. These are the biodiversity impact can be assessed by some other ways. Then geographical information system, that is called it as GIS. The GIS is a computer system for capturing, storing, checking and displaying data related to position on Earth surface. Yes, the GIS, the computer system that can be able to display the data related to position on Earth surface. Then also it can be able to manipulate, analyze, manage and present spatial or geographical data. Then GPS is a satellite navigation system used to determine the ground position of an object. Then it is a consultation of approximately 30 well-spaced satellites that orbits Earth, make it possible for the people with ground reservoirs to pinpoint the geographical locations. Then some applications in which GPS is currently being used for around the world, including mining, aviation, surveying, agricultural and marine ecosystem. These are the some of the importance for the GIS. The importance of GIS is environmental impact assessment, disaster management, zoning of land side hazard, determination of land cover and land use, estimation of flood damage. Yes, environmental impact that can be able to assess. We want to manage the disasters like cyclone, tsunami, flood, etc. Zoning of landslide hazards, determination of land cover and land use, estimation of flood damage. Then management of natural resources. We want to maintain the natural resources. Then soil mapping, wetland mapping, then irrigation management and identification of volcanic hazard, vegetation studies and mapping of threatened and endemic species. These are the some of the GIS importance for our life. Then next one is call it as remote sensing. What is remote sensing? The remote sensing is nothing but it is a process of detecting and monitoring the physical characters of an area by measuring its reflected and emitted radiation at a distance from targeted area. Yes, remote sensing is detecting and monitoring the physical character, especially by measuring its reflected and emitted radiations. Then it is a tool used in conservation practices by giving exact picture and data on identification of even a single tree to a large area of vegetation. Yes, remote sensing is nothing but it is one of the tool. If we want to identify a particular species of a plant in a single plant in a large vegetation area. Not only for that, and wildlife for classification of land use patterns and studies, identification of biodiversity, rich or less area for futuristic work on conservation and maintenance of various species including commercial, crop, medicinal plants and threatened species. Yes, with the help of the remote sensing, we want to study about the commercial crops, medicinal plants, especially threatened plants, endemic plants, endangered plants, etc. Then next one is specific use. What are the specific uses? Means here first specific use helps predicting favorable climatic for the study of spreading of disease and controlling it. Yes, the remote sensing play a major role for the vegetation and the agricultural land or large vegetation biodiversity, especially for favorable climate for the study of spreading of disease and controlling that type of disease. Then mapping of forest fire and species distribution. We want to study about the forest fire and species distribution. tracking the pattern of urban area development and the changes in farmland or forest over several years. Then mapping ocean bottom and its resources. These are the some of the specific use for the remote sensing. Then next one is application of satellite. Here, what are the uses of satellite? Name of the satellite SEAT Sat 1. Year of launch 2016 September. Application weather forecasting, cyclone prediction and tracking services in India. Then INSAT 3DR September 2016. It can be used for disaster management. Cartosat 2 January 2018. Earth observation. Earth observation. Then GSAT 6A March 2018 for communication purpose. Then Cartosat 2, it is a 100th satellite, Jan 2018 to watch border surveillances. These are the some of the applications for the satellite. Thank you.